Hey, yo, what's up? Today we are going to be talking about semi-freeform locks. Semi-freeform. When people call their locks semi-freeform because they just want to have the word freeform attached to their locks just so badly. Because it's such a pure word. Free. It's probably one of the best words that you could ever hear is free. Who doesn't like free? Who doesn't want to be free? But yet we're all formed one way or another. But are we formed freely? Some of us, yes, but a lot of people claiming they are free form, but they're really not. That's when they throw in the word semi-free form. So let's define these words here. The meaning of the word semi means half in quantity or value. Half of or occurring halfway through a specified period of time. Semi-annual, semi-monthly, compared to bi-weekly or like to an extent partly or incompletely. So half in quantity. Now this means that people claiming semi-freeform mean that they have half freeform and half something else, which is hard to really draw the line of where the halfway point would be, giving people credibility under the word semi. There's a blurred line there. So let's define the word free. Not under the control or in power of another. Able to act or be done as one wishes. Not or no longer confined or imprisoned. So in these terms, hair that is not under the control or in the power of anything else. Hair that is allowed to act and be done as one wishes. These two words, let's see if they even make sense together here. All right, we got half in quantity. Let's say half of it, halfly valued locks. We got dreadlocks that are under half control or only allowed to be doing what they want to do halfway. So if I grow my hair out for 8 years and I trim it once, people will say, oh, that's semi-freeform. But that trim is not equal to half of the journey on my locks, right? So I wouldn't really say that they're semi-freeform at that point. Or like, for instance, if I started my lock with a couple, I use that loosely, with a few crocheted bits around the crown of my head, but I let everything else grow in naturally. That first week of crocheting doesn't equal the rest of the 8 years of growth. It's not nearly where the halfway would be. So that's why I have trouble calling my hair semi of any sorts, because it's not half in value, or it's not half freeform and half something else. I am only forming these locks from the root out freely. You get me? We're going to define the word form. So the word form is a visible shape or configuration of something. A particular way in which a thing exists or appears, a manifestation. So the word semi-freeform comes down to meaning half-valued hair able to grow under its own wishes to manifest a lock. Halfly valued hair to grow. It's confusing. It's that's why I'm so confused with this term, because even the definition of it is hard to understand. But here's where it kind of helped me out. So to help understand the definition of semi-freeform, I had to break down the word semi with synonyms. So in other words, with the same meaning as semi, we could use the word half, sectional, fractional, part, third, quarter. Okay, that makes sense. A quarter of my hair is crocheted, so that's semi. Okay. But here's like where it gets interesting, because other synonyms for the word semi include so-called, supposedly, apparently, seemingly, mock, fake, would-be, pretended, synthetic. So if I use synonyms in that word semi-freeform locs, I could come up with supposedly freeform locs, or apparently freeform locs, seemingly freeform locs, fake freeform locs, or would-be freeform locs. Do you get where I'm saying? When we use other words on this title, it actually doesn't end up sounding like it's a good thing, does it? And moving a bit forward here, synonyms for the word free. Free means also without charge, complimentary, for nothing, freebie, costless. Which, when people end up claiming they have semi-freeform locs, what they're really saying is that they've spent money somewhere along the lines, they've spent their time somewhere along the lines manipulating their hair. It comes down to them having to spend money on fixing so-called dreads, which doesn't make them free anymore, does it? What does it come down to? For me, I find that we can use other words to call these semi-freeformers. We can call them fake freeforms from now on. If people want to use the term semi-freeform, then in reality, it's just called fake freeforms. Like, that's the new term of it. Because the truest way to freeform your hair is to not charge anybody or not be charged by anybody to have any sort of maintenance done on your hair. Keep it free. Keep the costs minimal or non-existent. And just be able to let go. This is what it's all about, is letting go. True freeforms allow us to let go of things personally. It allows us to grow in ways where being governed or controlled kind of inhibits us to do so in many ways. The word free means to release, to liberate, discharge, and emancipate yourself. Let go, unchain, and unfetter. These are the true meanings of freeform locs, and these are the life lessons that are learned when we really embrace the true meaning of freeform. So let's toss these fake freeformers out of the way, and let's just continually focus on keeping our journey as freely formed as possible, and avoid any discernment coming in from the semi crowd, where people are apparently or supposedly growing their locks freely. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know in the comments section. I would love to have a discussion about this and clarify these thoughts. Peace.